Okay guys, what is going on? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, then welcome for the first time. If you watched the video that I uploaded earlier today, you'll know that we did another base icon upgrade SBC and we got this beast. And the benefit of me getting this beast, Patrick Vieira, is first off, I was never going to take him in icon swaps anyway. But if I was going to, it would have saved me 23 tokens and I could have got SCN or, Ronaldinho or Delpy. But what it does mean is that I get to bring you guys a review on this card on the channel. Now, the card itself is an 86 rated icon, centre mid from France. He's, like I said, he's an icon, links to everyone. Being from France is actually very, very nice because there's plenty of really solid French players and that strong link to them can be quite critical. He's got 81 pace, 79 dribbling, 86 defending, 89 physical, 80 passing and 75 shooting, which means on the face of it, he looks good but not great. He looks like many other CDMs. What I will say is that there's a few things about this card that make it much better than what the face stats would lead you to believe. Before I mean, you can see I've not played a game on him, but the things that I feel like will make a serious difference in games. His height. At 6'4", he'll have the gravity that I talk about a lot, where he draws in balls really easily. He's got a reach about him that many other CDMs won't have, and I think that's really, really key. And Jay, the 3 stars also, I mean, it's mediocre, it's nothing special, but it's better than, say Roy Keane, for example, who's only got 2-star skills. He's got medium work rates, as opposed to his middle and prime card, which have medium high. We'll see how that affects him in game. As I mentioned, we've already talked about his links, probably the best nation this year. Now, we'll get into his in-game stats, and it's here where we actually see why he's such a good card. So he's got 82 acceleration with 80 sprint speed, which is good enough without actually being touched, to be honest. His shooting doesn't really matter if you're going to use him as a CDM, but he's got all the essentials above 70, volleys at 67, penalties at 66, which means that if you wanted to boost them, you could do. His passing is really nice. The 80 passing face stat is a bit of a lie because he's got 89 vision with 86 short passing and 85 long passing. And then, the dribbling. So for someone of his size, 71 agility and 69 balance, although it sounds low, is actually pretty good. And what I mean by that is we have Roy Keane here, who has 70 agility and 76 balance, but he's only 5'11". So as someone who's 6'4", it's actually pretty decent. He's got 90 reactions with 92 composure and 84 ball control, which means that he's composed. Very important if you like to build up from the middle. It's also important because when he wins the ball, you can rely on him to be, quite cool on the ball, and he'll be able to find the pass. He's also got 76 dribbling, which is okay, again, for someone of his size. I think a nice comparison actually is Roy Keane, because I actually currently use him as my CDM, and I will be taking him out of the team for the purpose of this video. His defensive and physical stats are obviously where he begins to shine a lot. So he's got 90 interceptions with 89 stand tackling, the two most important defensive stats this year for me. 82 head accuracy, 83 defensive awareness, and 84 slide tackling. Outside of them, they're very well rounded. His physicals, he's only got 80 jumping, but at 6'4", and with 91 strength, it won't matter. And the strength is very key. Being 91 is very, very high. The 85 stamina as a medium CDM or even a centre mid should be okay. For 90 minutes, 100%. For 120 minutes, should be okay. I used Michael Ballack this weekend league, so another player that I can compare him to, and he's only got 79 stamina with medium high work rates, and he made it through 90 minutes quite comfortably. He's also got 93 aggression, which is very key, one of the most important stats this year for me, without a shadow of a doubt, so I think that's quite important as well. Now in terms of the chemistry style to play on him, really depends what you want to do. I think if you're going to use him as a CDM, a shadow is always going to be the best option. That increased pace means he will get across to the ball a little bit faster, and he's more likely to make interceptions. If you're going to use him as a centre mid, I would use an engine on him, which is the recommended. However, we are going to go with a shadow because I feel like, I know shadows are expensive at this point, but I really do feel like he'll be a mainstay in my team anyway. We'll put Paulinho in. Unfortunately, he's going to be on 8 chem, but it doesn't matter too much. I have a position modifier. Beautiful. Okay, so terms of the tactics today, as I said, he's going to be playing as a CDM in a 4-1-2-1-2 most of the time. With Paulinho and Acuna either side of him, both capable of defending and helping out if need be. His instructions will be stay back while attacking, normal interceptions in cover centre. We'll keep him balanced. Let him do his own thing. His position is quite high, and obviously with a shadow on, he's going to have phenomenal stats, and I will show you his stats with a shadow on in a moment. If we put him to a 4-2-3-1, he is going to be a stay-back CDM, and that's how I would use him. If you want to use him as a balanced CDM, again, go with an engine. Boost the stats that are most important for a cam going forward, for a centre mid that's going to go forward. Because obviously his defending is already very good. Gets the passing up, gets the pace up, gets the dribbling up, which will mean he'll feel a little bit more responsive on the ball. Now, obviously, it's also worth noting that a lot of people might go for this card for the nostalgia, for the fact that a lot of us got to watch Vieira play in the invincible Arsenal team. Now, I'm a Chelsea fan personally, but I really do know that Vieira is probably the best defensive midfielder to play in the league alongside Roy Keane. And if that's the reason you want to get him, then go for it. Obviously, we're here to talk about whether statistically, based on his coin value at 1.1 million to 1.2 million, or his 23 swap token value as well, meaning you have to get 23 out of 24 tokens for the next, I don't know, I think it's going to run for another 2 seasons after this. Now, with a shadow on, interceptions at 99, defensive awareness at 93, heading accuracy 87, slide tackling 99, stand tackling 94, phenomenal defensive stats, and then obviously, 97 sprint speed with 97 acceleration with 90 sprint speed, make him a very, very good card. So we are going to be playing Rivals today. It is a Tuesday, sorry. If you're unaware, EA have just announced the Future Stars promo as well, so we've got that to look forward to. What we're going to do is we're going to play a couple of games, gather some highlights, and then at the end we'll obviously conclude by talking about what I like and what I dislike. So if you like the content, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe under the video. Let me know who else you want me to review. Politano coming next. I've got Hazard on the way as well for reviews. As we see the first team we're coming up against, and it's a very good Eredivisie / La Liga team, so hopefully we can get a win.
I think if we get a nice, sharp, quick
dispatches of De Jong quite easily.
We're in for a real treat here because we've got a couple of good vision here.
Good finish. The attack starts from Vieira winning the ball there.
Made the interception, made it look easy actually.
Feels nice on the ball, doesn't feel heavy at all for someone his size. Good interception again. Not such a good pass.
Mertens. Now Patrick Vieira. Well, they're getting the ball forward, they need to do that. Very, very close.
Unlucky. We forced a race cut anyway, even with the miss. So Vieira there having an immediate impact in the club. Next opponent. Wow. Not an objective team. A very nice Premier League / La Liga / Bundesliga team with Hullet baby in that team as well.
This game, come on, bring it on.
Gets the ball off Pogba quite easily there, and again gets us on the offensive.
Mertens, you're diving at the feet of a player like that. Good goalkeeping.
Good interception.
And intercepted.
Good pass.
Vieira and Politano with it, and attempting the through ball. He just needs to remain icy cool, and now it is there for him.
Take the lead.
Mertens, his goal.
Again, the attack went through Vieira. He played a nice pass in the build-up.
1-0 here. That's all they can conjure for now. Gnabry with it.
Good interception again.
Have the ball, but not anymore. Now Paul Pogba.
Good interception, and he wins the ball off
all
Pogba
his
as well.
defensive acumen to cut it out. Mertens. Oh,
What a play.
Great reflex action from Neuer.
Feels like whenever he wins the ball, you're going to go up the other end and score.
And now the delivery.
Almost a hidden trait, and he was there at the back post, but
yeah, it looked like
couldn't put it in.
Read it superbly to take back possession.
Couldn't quite get there.
This would be pretty happy with this man's display so far.
Well, there's never a bad time to score a goal, but just before half-time can be crucial, and he's got his team.
Promising looking ball. Can't miss, surely.
Good finish.
And in it
Vieira,
goes.
although he was a bit out of position, was perfectly placed when we
2-1
countered, and he
here.
played a really nice pass to get us on the front foot. Good
Well, he's
interception.
given us away.
Good interception, but a heavy touch there.
Vieira.
Well, that could have been it. Listen to the crowd reaction. They need.
Politano. They've gone and scored
Good
again.
finish from Politano.
Doing
Again,
everything
Vieira
in
getting
their
involved
power
in
to
the
make
attack,
sure they're not
as well as on the
playing
defensive side of the ball.
No shortness. Acuna.
Always so
Quincy
composed.
Promes. Here's Marcos Acuna.
Good interception again.
They keep attacking, but time is the
Good
great
interception
enemy.
again.
The fourth official has
And the
indicated
referee has added on 2 minutes of stoppage time.
19.
Well, they have the ball once more. And Politano with it.
Alright, we finished the first game with a dub, although, well, the second game with a dub. Although we conceded 3 goals. We are going to play one more game. Alright, guys. We are going to get another game. So far, liking the card, but obviously, you know, we've only really played one game with it, so get more of a verdict in this next game. Okay. Good luck to him. Let's see what we can do.
Pavel Nedved. Gianfranco Zola.
Good challenge
Good
against
tackle,
someone who's
strong
got very
work
good
from
dribbling
Vieira.
there in Zola.
Ball.
Good challenge
Well read
again.
by Patrick Vieira. Great technique.
Good strength there as well.
Zola. And he's got the ball here. Gattuso.
Yeah, the hosts with less possession, that's interesting. Well, they can finish it off. Well taken
We take a
goal.
2-0 lead.
And a good possession
Vieira's been on
ball.
fire this game.
And
Not
two in
like
front.
barely anything has got past him. Really liking the
Right
card.
in the margin. 3-1 the scoreline as we restart
Interception
the game.
again from kickoff.
Didn't win the game at half time.
Good interception again. I'm getting a little bit bored of saying it, to be honest.
Back out into play.
Good header win there from Vieira. Alright, guys, so that's going to conclude the gameplay footage. Just a few things I want to talk about before we close the review entirely. First and foremost, a big positive. I've had this Roy Keane in my team since the start of the game. I actually got him from an untradeable pack from EA Access before the game came out, and he's been in my team ever since, and no one has replaced him. You know, you can see I've got Ballack untradeable, I've got Sandro Tonali's SBC card, Paulinho, Acuna, and no one has made me want to replace him at CDM, and yet Patrick Vieira just might replace him for me. It'd be the first time that I've used a team consistently without Keane in it. Now, the positives about this card, his defending. Intercepts everything, combined with his height, just a wall in front of your defence. Obviously, his physicality is another thing to talk about. Never noticed his stamina being an issue. And he outmuscles everyone. Did not get pushed off the ball, won a couple of headers, did the dirty work physically and defensively, which I liked. His pace was also good with a shadow on. His passing, also, breaking out from the back. If he wins the ball, you can rely on him to play a good pass forward and get you on the front foot. Things I didn't like so much with this card, felt a little bit heavy on the ball. Now, he didn't feel as heavy as a 6'4" player should, but he still feels heavy, especially compared to Roy Keane, who's almost half a foot shorter. Something that you will definitely notice if you ever try and dribble with him. And sometimes his first touch was a little bit off, so he'd win the ball from an interception, take a touch and give the ball straight back. I also noticed that we conceded 7 goals, and I think that's partly because he's a medium player. His positioning and his sort of defensive work ethic doesn't feel as good as Roy Keane's, who's always in the right position. Sometimes Vieira didn't feel in the right position, but when he was in the right position, Vieira won the ball more times than Keane would for me. And as I said, that speaks wonders about how good I think this card is. Now, obviously, you've got to talk about the value, because that's the thing that most people will be watching this video for. Is he worth 23 swap tokens? Is he worth 1.1 million coins? My answer is no. without even trying Michael Essien, I can tell you that just based off his stats, based off the meta of the game, he's going to play better. I really do think that Essien's going to be the better option if you want to CDM and you're going to go for all 23 swap tokens. I understand the nostalgia. As a Chelsea fan, I'm speaking unbiasedly. I loved Vieira as a player. I thought he was a phenomenal model CDM, absolute captain, leader, and a true legend of the game. But you got to talk about this from a FIFA perspective and who's going to stay in your team longer. First off, Vieira can be replaced as soon as you've got enough coins to go for his middle or his prime. You can't do that with Essien. You've got his prime, and until his prime moment's here, you're not going to have anything to replace him. Do I think that a middle Vieira, a prime Vieira is better than a prime Essien? Yes, I do. But that's not an option here. You're going to have 23 tokens to choose between a Vieira baby or a 90-rated prime Essien, and for me, you've got to take Essien. If you want to make the correct FIFA decision, you've got to take Essien. In terms of coin value at 1.1 million, it's very difficult to judge because I don't think there's many amazing CDMs. But for perspective, the guy that I'm comparing to, which is Roy Keane, is only 350k. I understand the nation's an issue. I understand that, he's a very different sort of CDM, much less focused on strength, more focused on the actual defensive ability, and felt a little bit nicer on the ball. I really don't think there's a big enough difference between Keane and Vieira to justify a 650,000 coin or 700,000 coin price tag. In fact, no, 750,000 coin price tag. Absolutely not worth that much more for me. So in terms of coin value as well, I can't recommend him. For me, there's better options out there, and you should not buy this card with coins or with icon swap tokens, and that's how I'm going to conclude this review. Do I think it's a good card? Yes. Do I think it's worth the tokens or the coins? Absolutely not. Thank you very much for watching. I hope this review helped you. For reference, I'll also be bringing out a review on Keane so you can see how I feel about that card, and I will compare him to Vieira, but that's going to conclude this video. Thank you very much for watching. I appreciate you all. Take care. Goodbye.